Okay, so what I want to show you is my homemade incubator for less than $20. Right now I'm incubating 7 eggs, and I candled these eggs last night. I'm guessing they're somewhere between day 4 and day 5, which is kind of hard to determine if they're fertile or not. Some seem to be. I think around day 7 it'll become more apparent, more obvious, and we'll be able to tell better. So 7 eggs. Give it a couple more days and I'll check again, and if I can definitely tell they are or not, I will keep them or get rid of them and then replace them with other ones. So recently, the recent modification is the fan over here on the corner. What that does is, it's just your basic CPU fan. This came off a power unit in a CPU, or in a computer. So, and it's just wired. The reason I got it is because it's the only fan I could find that actually had 2 wires on it, a red one and a black one, which is what I needed for positive and negative. To go to your basic 12-volt power adapter here, this was used to plug in computer speakers, and now it's used to power this fan, and so it's always on because it's always plugged in. My heat source, this light bulb here, is wired to a thermostat, which is behind this here, which is basically a styrofoam cup that I cut down to use the bottom half and then covered it with metal tape, just to make it look better, really, and fix it to the side of the wall. But it's covering the exposed metal parts of the thermostat, which could shock you, and that's why it's closed and covered. But that thermostat, when it detects the correct temperature of the incubator here, it shuts off the light bulb, which is the heat source, until it reaches a minimum temperature, in which case it turns back on again. The fan blows, I have it set so that it blows across the incubator to this side of the incubator, where I have a fixed kind of cardboard with coat hanger wire taped to the top portion on both sides here, and then shaped in a candy cane kind of shape so that it forms this curve. That way it forces the air back across the incubator again. This way we get airflow in kind of a controlled direction. And this is another styrofoam cup, cut down about halfway and then filled with water, which has the fan blown across the top of that to provide humidity for the entire incubator setup. Anyways, so the temperature right now is 99.5 degrees. It should shut off, and I've been tweaking it a little bit because I had it set, but I recently installed the fan, which is kind of putting the temperature out of whack. It's making it drop a lot faster, and so I had to turn it up a little bit. When it gets to a temperature where I like, where it shuts off, then we'll be good. Right now it's I think I turned it up too much and it's shutting off a little bit high, and so I'm trying to adjust it down a little bit to where it shuts off at a good temperature and then turns back on. So there's an egg incubator. I keep a heavy lineman's tool on it because the lid's fairly light and I need it to make good contact with the bottom top portion of the cooler here, so that less air escapes. And basically that's how you build an incubator for less than $20.